Hallelujah! I suppose you're here for the 3.5-minute Sunday sermon. Well, I won't let my faithless flock of unorthodox outbeats down. I'll find something in the weekly world calibration to sermonize about. Now, before we start, I just want to share with you that I, your righteously right Reverend Sunshine, did in fact spend time on the couch seeking therapy. Perhaps it's some kind of deep-rooted guilt. I mean, am I blaming myself for not being there to save my little brother Sonny? He is always doing stupid things like blowing himself up. How was I to know this is going to be his last one? You know, but his ashes are being put to good use. I'm using them to fertilize the sunflower I planted.
The sunflower that talks to you?
Yeah. You don't suppose that his ashes mixed with the sunflower seed and the DNA and somehow kind of became a Frankenflower?
Oh, grow up.
You know, you're right. Plants just don't start talking out of nowhere. Thanks, little orphan dude. Appreciate your time. It's always good to get another perspective on things, you know? Man, you drive a hard bargain. Yeah, but I think I've got that whole thing under wraps now, huh? And now for some sermonizing. From the news, it looks as if the Obama administration has involved us in yet a fourth war in the Middle East. A secret war. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton fired the first salvo by denouncing Sharia laws against female drivers in Saudi Arabia. At Mrs. Clinton's encouragement, on June 17th of this year, Saudi women got behind the wheel of cars and took to the desert streets to protest the ban. Saudi Arabia is now in shock and awe. They can only cower in fear, wondering if and when women may wish not to be treated like camel. And so it is written, Mark 2:22. New wine is for fresh wineskin. What that has to do with it, I don't know, man. Now, last month in Kansas City, Missouri, Mr. Melvin Jackson was arrested for sexually assaulting an unconscious woman. But rather than denying it in his own defense, he said, "I thought the lady was dead." And finally, brothers and sisters, the Space Shuttle Atlantis made its final landing on July 21st, marking the end of the Space Shuttle program. Some of you may remember the defective O-ring, which caused a tragic shuttle accident in 1984, failing to bring the U.S. Space Shuttle program to an end then. However, the defective O-ring from 2008 did. Now, for those of you young, inspired Captain Kirks and Luke Skywalkers out there, no space for you! That's it for this week's 3.5-minute Sunday sermon. Unless you have anything to add.